Okay, so are you ready to dive into some serious history? We're talking Knights Templar, secret societies, hidden agendas, the whole 9 yards.
Sounds exciting.
And the best part, we're using Albert Pike's Morals and Dogma as our guide.
Oh yeah, Pike. That's quite the read.
Dense, absolutely. But trust me, this book is a gold mine when it comes to the Templars.
It can be a bit of a wild ride, Pike's take on them. He goes from their origins to their beliefs, even connects them to, like, the Rosicrucians, Freemasons,
Yeah.
even the French Revolution gets thrown in there.
A lot to unpack for sure. So before we get too deep, how about we start with the basics? Like, what do we actually know about the Knights Templar?
Well, we know for sure they were a religious military order, founded way back in 1118, and their main gig, protecting Christian pilgrims headed to the Holy Land.
Right, warrior monks, the Crusades, all that. Pretty standard history stuff. But Pike, he sees something more going on, right?
Oh, absolutely. Pike argues that this whole protecting pilgrims thing, it was just the tip of the iceberg. He suggests their real goal was way more ambitious, something way bigger.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me. What was this grand plan?
Rebuilding the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem. That was their true aim, according to Pike.
Hold on, rebuilding the Temple of Solomon. That's a pretty big goal, even for the Templars. Why was that so important to them?
Pike believed it wasn't just about, like, architecture or even religion in the traditional sense. He ties this whole rebuilding thing to prophecies, specifically in the book of Ezekiel.
Okay, and
And he suggests it played right into this whole power struggle going on within Christianity itself.
whoa, wait a minute, a power struggle. Who are we talking about here?
So Pike suggests there was this major rivalry brewing, right?
Yeah.
Between the Eastern Orthodox patriarchs in Constantinople and, on the other side, the Roman Catholic Church.
Okay, I'm following. The Eastern Orthodox patriarchs versus Rome, and the Templars are caught in the middle.
Exactly. Pike claims these patriarchs saw the Templars and their whole mission to rebuild the temple as a way to, like, tip the scales, shift the balance of power in their favor.
So the Templars, whether they knew it or not, they were pawns in this whole theological tug-of-war. Man, that's juicy.
And it gets even juicier. See, Pike argues the Templars weren't just pawns in this power struggle. He says they were also keepers of, you could call it, secret wisdom. They're delving into some pretty esoteric stuff, doctrines most folks wouldn't even dream of.
Okay, now you've got my attention. Secret wisdom. All right, spill the beans. What kind of secret wisdom we're talking about?
Well, Pike claims they were deep into Johannism and Kabbalistic Gnosticism.
Hold on, back up. Johannism. Like John the Evangelist, the Apostle John. We're making that connection.
You got it. Essentially, what Pike's suggesting is that the Templars, they saw themselves as the true inheritors of John's teachings. Like, they had this deeper, more mystical understanding of Christianity than anyone else.
Wow, okay. So they weren't just like holy warriors. They were guardians of some hidden truth.
And that right there, that hidden truth, Pike says it played a huge role in their downfall. But that's a story for another time.
You're killing me. Okay, fine. But we are circling back to this whole downfall thing, right?
Oh, absolutely. We've got to.
I'm already hooked. All right, we'll be right back after this to unravel the next chapter of this Templar mystery. Don't go anywhere. So you're telling me the Knights Templar weren't just these holy warriors, but they were also dabbling in secret knowledge, challenging the Pope, and caught in the middle of a religious power struggle. It sounds like the recipe for disaster.
I'm catching on. Pike definitely paints a picture of the Templars as a threat. And according to him, their downfall was orchestrated by the very powers they were challenging.
Let me guess, King Philip I of France. I've heard whispers about him and the Templars before.
You heard right. Remember how I mentioned the Templars were wealthy? Well, Philip was deeply in debt to them, and he saw an opportunity to solve his financial woes and consolidate his power at the same time.
Classic power move. So what did he do?
He conspired with Pope Clement V, accusing the Templars of heresy and blasphemy charges that would not only discredit them, but also give Philip a reason to seize their assets.
Clever but brutal. Did the Templars just roll over and let this happen?
According to Pike, they didn't go down without a fight. Remember Jacques de Molai, the last Grand Master of the Knights Templar? Pike claims that before his execution, de Molai took some drastic measures to ensure the Templars' survival.
Wait, really? Like what? Did he bury their treasure? Create a secret map? I'm getting some serious National Treasure vibes here.
Pike's version is a little less action movie and a little more cloak and dagger. He claims de Molai established 4 secret lodges in different parts of Europe: Naples, Edinburgh, Stockholm, and Paris. These lodges weren't about gold or artifacts. They were meant to preserve the Templars' teachings and influence, keeping their ideas alive in secret.
Whoa, so the Templars didn't just disappear, they went underground. Talk about a plot twist. But wait, if they were so secretive, how do we even know about them? Did Pike uncover some lost document proving all of this?
Pike doesn't reveal his sources directly. Instead, he connects the dots, drawing parallels between the Templars and various groups and events that came after them. He sees their influence in everything from the Rosicrucian Order and the Freemasons to the French Revolution. He even suggests we can find echoes of their beliefs in literature.
Literature? Are you serious? Like poems and novels?
Exactly. Pike believes works like Dante's Divine Comedy and even the medieval French poem Roman de la Rose contain coded messages and allegories reflecting Templar beliefs. He sees these literary works as a way for the Templars to transmit their ideas secretly, hidden in plain sight.
Okay, hold on a minute. Dante, the guy who wrote about heaven, hell, and purgatory, you're telling me he was in on this Templar secret society? This is blowing my mind.
Pike doesn't outright say Dante was a Templar himself, but he interprets Dante's work, especially the Divine Comedy, as containing hidden messages that align with what he believes were the Templars' teachings, like their challenges to papal authority and their focus on esoteric knowledge.
This is incredible. Secret societies, hidden messages, and classic literature, all because of the Knights Templar. It's like something straight out of a Dan Brown novel. But how much of this is actually true? I mean, is there any real evidence to support these claims?
That's the million-dollar question. Pike's work is definitely captivating, but it's important to remember that he was a Freemason writing in the late 19th century. He was deeply interested in esoteric traditions and secret societies, so his perspective was definitely colored by those interests.
So you're saying we should take Pike's claims with a grain of salt. Is any of this actually backed up by historical evidence? So where does that leave us? I mean, we've got Pike spinning this whole yarn about secret societies and hidden messages, but you seem to be suggesting he might have been seeing things through Freemason-colored glasses, right? So how much of what he's saying do historians actually buy?
Well, if we're talking about the Templars' downfall, most historians agree with the idea that those charges, heresy, blasphemy, they were probably trumped up. Like a convenient excuse for Philip I to take down a rival and, oh yeah, grab their riches.
Right, the old follow the money motive. Makes sense. But what about all the more, let's say, sensational stuff? The secret lodges, hidden messages, and literature. Any truth to those claims?
That's where it gets a lot murkier. I mean, there's no denying the Templars going down like that. It's fueled, like centuries of speculation, conspiracy theories galore. But hard evidence to back up Pike's specific claims, that's a lot thinner on the ground.
So no secret Templar vault hidden under the Louvre, no ancient manuscripts with, like, instructions for decoding their secret legacy.
Not that we found yet, at least. And look, Pike's ideas are definitely intriguing, but you got to remember the context, right? We're talking late 19th century. There's a huge surge of interest in all things esoteric, secret societies, alternate histories. Pike was tapping into all of that, weaving a narrative that fit with the vibe of the time.
So appreciate his enthusiasm, but maybe take it all with a Templar-sized grain of salt.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Even if we strip away all the speculation, the fact that the Knights Templar still get to us, even after all these centuries, it says something.
Absolutely. I mean, they're practically mythical figures now. Mystery, power, forbidden knowledge. They've got it all.
And maybe that's the real legacy of the Knights Templar. Not necessarily whether Pike was right or wrong, but the questions they still make us ask. Questions about faith, power, how both can be abused, the stories we tell ourselves about the past.
Makes you wonder, what is it about the Templars that just grabs our imaginations like that? Why are we still so drawn to their story, even if, who knows, maybe we never get the full picture?
Maybe it's those unanswered questions,
Hmm.
that feeling that there's still something to uncover, something more to learn. Whether they were noble knights, heretics, or something in between, the Knights Templar, they remind us that history isn't a straight line. It's messy, full of contradictions, and there's power in that mystery.
What a perfect way to put it. I guess the real treasure the Templars left behind wasn't gold or secret knowledge, but that enduring power. The power of a good story to make us think, question, and want to keep digging for answers. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of the Knights Templar and the mysteries of history. Until next time.